Well, welcome to Beggy TV. I think this is episode 3 or thereabouts in the series. This is a really short one, about 5 minutes or so, looking at Google Docs and the value of Google Docs in terms of surveying people quickly, getting information, being able to analyse that information, and seeing if you can make changes or differences in what you're doing or what you're teaching or what you're trying to attempt to achieve through the information gathered through this process. You've seen this form already, and this is the form that we use as a leadership team when we go in to do our classroom walks and talks. It logs the subject, the time, the teacher, as well as the responses to the 5 questions. We're not looking at that from a perspective of examining who's doing what and a checklist, but it's making sure that we're getting a good spread across the entire school when we analyse what's happening in our classrooms. So let's look at the form itself. It's really easy to put together, and I'll go through one quickly with you later. But this is what the form looks like, and then obviously you can add questions, change titles, you can add images at any stage. If you want a catalyst for the students to look at as a stimulus, you can add a video at any point in time as well, and also you can section your quiz or your form into 1 section, 2 sections, 3 sections, depending on what you want to do. You also then have the opportunity here of a number of things. You can obviously make copies of it, but adding collaborators so that in our case, so an entire leadership team can use this. There's 4 of us who are collaborators on this. Anyone can edit it as well within our group. So that's really important in terms of the teamwork. You can print them, etc. The add-ons is an interesting one, and I'll go up to here to look at add-ons. Add-ons give you an opportunity to manipulate the data gathered from here through SurveyMonkey, if it's a mathematical one, through some various math things. But if we have a look, Advanced Summary by Awesome Table is just an opportunity to filter and present the data in a different way. So you'll notice when it comes up here in a moment that we can filter whatever information we would like to focus on in our summary. Let's just go with there. We go Open Summary, and then this is what comes up. You'll notice that it summarizes the various elements of the data, and I can then highlight which bits and pieces do I want to focus on in terms of in the table. So in the English classroom, these are the results in English. If I want to filter via humanities or mathematics or English and maths, and I can take English out, and it'll again deliver the details. So that's another element that you can do. Within Walks and Talks itself, or within Google Forms itself, you've got the standard response summary. And what this can do for you is, as you can see, if you go to Responses and we go Summary, that looks at, am I getting coverage across the curriculum in terms of classrooms we're going into, various teachers, and then the results themselves. So that's Google Forms. Let's have a look at how we create it really quickly. It's a very, very simple process. You do need a Google account. Go to Google Drive, New, and down here, Google Forms. These are all Google Apps for Education, and they are free. We can title the form. Let's say we want to do a mental health self-assessment for students during Child Protection Week. We might then put in some form of summary of this for our kids so they know why are we doing it at this time, so they've got ownership of that form. We then can start asking our questions. Each day as you arrive at school, how do you feel? Simple question. And then we might give them checkboxes. And they can add a number of things in those checkboxes, whatever they might be, whatever they'd like to add, and then they can checkbox that when it goes to the kids. We can then go over here and we add a question, and the next question might be, how do you feel about your subject progress? And again, this one, we might choose to do a drop down, and we add the options in the drop down. Okay, and then we might add another question. How do you react when you feel under pressure? Because we want to know, where do the kids go when they're feeling under pressure or they're feeling challenged? And this one might be, we might do a checkbox again with various elements to it. And they can add other, so they can write in something themselves. And then finally, where do you go for help? Now, this would be something which would be much larger perhaps than this over time. And this one, we go a multiple choice option. And we get in there a number of choices. But you can do all sorts of things. There's, as you can see, short answer, paragraph. Within these, you can set the parameters, for example, of data validation, where you want a minimum or a maximum character count. So you want the kids to use at least, in this paragraph, you want them to write at least 100 characters, and that's your length. So you set that up. We can then look and preview the form, and that's what the form looks like when the kids are filling it out. Or alternatively, what we can also then do is we can go and we can look at changing the color, or alternatively selecting a theme. So in this particular one, we might want balloons. So we select that for the balloons, and the theme comes up with the balloons on it. And when the students go to fill it out, you'll also find that those balloons are there. So it's as simple and easy as that. And then we go, okay, let's send it to the people whom we wanted to fill it out. And we can either send it by email, or we head up here and copy the link and put it into an email. It's a really simple process. It's a fantastic form, and that's how you create them. Very simple. So thanks very much. I hope you enjoyed.